Hello everyone and welcome back to the plot. Today is the 22nd of April. I think I'm going to spend about an hour tidying up, weeding, and then give you guys a tour of the plot, see what's growing and what's not, and yeah, my crow friend is back. There's quite a few jobs on the to-do list, so I'm going to try and check off as many of those as possible. And yeah, it's a little bit noisy here today. There's some vehicles. Let's get on with the jobs and I will speak to you in a bit. The first job on the list was to weed. I have so many perennial weeds popping up at the moment. Loads and loads of mare's tail and bindweed as well. You can't really see from the footage, but there is mare's tail poking up all through the pathways. Some in the beds, but those I've been quite on top of removing. Mare's tail's a really annoying one because you can't really get the whole root out, but I have noticed a lot of it is coming up with like very thin stalks now, and last year I had much thicker stalks, so I think I am weakening the mare's tail on my plot, slowly but surely. Then we have the bindweed, which is growing in the beds. It's kind of growing underneath the manure mulch, like it hasn't managed to get through it. So it's kind of got a really thick root growing just below the mulch surface and a little tiny leaf bit popping up. So I think I am going to have to dig over these 3 middle beds just to triple check that I've got all the bindweed out. It's such a pain, but it's under control, and I think a weeding sesh like this every week or so will keep everything under control. I also have a couple of I think they're docks coming up, and they have really thick long roots. They are an absolute pain, but I've only got a couple of those, which isn't too bad. And then obviously I have the one last nettle patch to tackle, but that is a job for another day. Every perennial weed sprout should be out now. I did all the paths and redid all the beds, and yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do it again in like a week or so because they are properly sprouting out now. It's been really warm and we've had rain as well, so perfect weed environment. That was so loud. Next job on the list is to mulch this bed just to try and stop some more of the weed seed sprouting. I don't know, it probably won't do anything, but I'm going to mulch this bed and cover this bed over with some more cardboard to try and prevent those weeds sprouting. The cardboard pieces I laid down on this bed the other week have kind of curled up in the rain, but it's fine. I think they have definitely made a difference to the amount of weeds that have been sprouting. You can kind of see in that little clip. Another job on the list was to give the broad beans another mulch. The back row is still looking quite yellow, so I'm hoping a little more nutrients will help. I really don't know why they're so yellow. A couple of suggestions have been that it's been too cold for them, but these broad beans are a hardy winter variety, so they shouldn't be getting yellow like this. I don't know what's going on. I'm just hoping they survive long enough to produce a crop because I really want to try some broad beans this year. at the very front of the plot. Yeah, it doesn't look too great. I'm still hanging on to this water butt because I am... look at all... Are those all scratch marks? Like squirrel scratch marks? I think so. I feel like I can definitely make something out of it, so I'm just hanging on to it. I'd like to paint it if I am going to use it. Maybe I could like slice it in half and have like a trough planter, like 2 halves. This thing I'm also hanging on to because I think I can make a bench out of it for in the greenhouse. Speaking of the greenhouse, it's pretty much empty now. There's just a couple of bits and bobs in there. The Aldi $3.99 compost, some netting, some empty buckets, the wire hoops, and yeah, just a couple of tools. Next week is the week that we're gonna try and fix this finally. I am not hopeful. A couple of other people aren't hopeful either. I think the frame is just, it's too far gone. Yeah, but we'll see next week. I also have this water butt that I'm hanging on to. I think I will use it, but I'm going to paint it pink because it just needs to be pink. I think it works. I have to double check that it's going to work. That doesn't look too great, but we'll see. Then the front bed is looking okay. I mean, the muscari, I'm so happy they survived. I really hope they just seed and spread and come back. We've got the sweet peas. These ones are doing a lot better than my other lot. They're just a lot stronger, I think. They need a little bit more tying in. I really hope that my sweet peas are as good as they were last year. I think this variety is the Enchant. I did actually put a label. Enchant. Then I think the primulas are pretty much over now. I mean, there's still a couple of flowers, but yeah. And the hollyhocks are doing well. They all have very pink stalk bits, so I'm hoping that's a sign that these will be pink. But you never know. And there's 2 foxgloves in here. Still a little bit of space for some more flowers, I think. I still have bags. I think I'm always going to have bags of stuff. Will I ever get rid of them? But I just want to show you my neighbour's apple tree because oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Just so pretty. I can hear so many bees. I mean, the sky was just blue, so it would have looked even more pretty, but yeah. Okay, back to my plot. This area here is clear, ready for getting to the greenhouse, but I think once the greenhouse is fixed or replaced, whatever happens, I'm going to convert this to a flower border. It does have weed, the landscape fabric weed membrane stuff down, and it has done nothing to prevent the mare's tail and the bindweed come through, so we're just going to convert it to a flower bed soon. And the mesh, my beetroots have survived. I think most of them have survived. They're looking fine. And I can actually see some germination. This is where I sowed the radish last week. I don't know if you can see. There is definite radish signs in there, which is amazing. Eventually I will put my kale plants in here, probably about 3, and then let the beetroot do its thing. We have the greenhouse glass, which is not broken, and this is where I sowed the poppies and put the sad little foxglove. So hopefully we will have a nice planter full of flowers. There's also glass which is broken as well, so needs to be sorted. And the 2 potato beds. We have the first earlies, the Pentland Javelin. I think something has been digging in that. There was a potato there, but it's been covered over. And the Charlottes in here. And the mystery potatoes are all sprouting. There's lots of growth in there. And yeah, there's lots of wood chips in here, but I'm not worried. Little overview. I did move the bird feeder just then. It's in the centre now, so I think that's a little bit better. Hello. So loud. In front of the greenhouse, I've moved the fig tree. This thing, I didn't prune it, and it's yeah. But I'm just going to leave it again this year, and I kind of know what I want to cut off. Here are some little baby figs, but I think they are going to be eaten straight away by squirrels. I actually thought about bringing the fig tree to my garden instead, because I think it will do really well in my garden and it wouldn't get eaten by squirrels. So we'll see. I might move it still, not sure. I feel sad though, because it is like a part of the plot, but it's just not going to thrive here. The middle bed had the baby daffodils in, and yeah, they didn't do particularly well, but I do think that the reason I didn't see the flowers was because they kept getting eaten by slugs or snails. And I also sowed some Alison here last week, and I think that is the first signs of it germinating, because it does germinate very, very fast. Might be a weed, we'll see in another week or so. And I've got the sweet peas. I think these ones are the fire and ice. I did put a label. Yes, fire and ice. These ones are a little weedy, so I gave them a really good water and another mulch with the compost. And we have some garlic. The back row is doing really well. That is the same variety as these guys, but the front ones not so well. A lot have disappeared and they're a lot smaller, which is very strange, but those were the ones that I saved from the bulbs that I grew last year, and all of those were. And these are elephant garlic. I've got 4 elephant garlic plants and they are big. They are a lot bigger than the regular garlic. I'm very excited for these. Moving on to, oh no, the squirrel. Squirrel is back. Get down. Oh. It's broken that nut feeder, by the way. I need to get a new one. Okay, so this bed with the peas are doing well. These are the Shiraz, and you can kind of see they've got a bit of a pinky reddy tinge to the leaves and the stalks, and they are being a little bit nibbled, but it's not too bad. And these ones are the Norley. Oh, one another thing. Oh, there's a few ones I missed. I had my potatoes in this bed last year, and I'm actually really surprised only 2 potatoes have re-sprouted. I really thought I'd left a lot more in the ground, but I think that's just a weed. But there's 1 potato here and 1 there. That one's quite a big one. So yeah, we'll have surprise potatoes in there. just ignore the wood pile for now. But these 3 beds are weeded, more or less, have the bindweed empty and ready to go, ready for the bean arch, which will be very, very soon. I did start some Cobra French beans the other day. And we have the broad beans. Now, they have so many flowers already. I'm very, very impressed. And these ones that were yellowing quite a lot seem to be okay. I did give them a feed with the nettle fertilizer. There's loads of red ants in this area, which is very annoying. But this is a self-seeded thing, and I think it's borage, so I'm going to leave it because I like borage. But the broad beans on the other side, look how green they are in comparison. This bed is empty, well, apart from the shallots. I can't remember what they were called then. The shallots. So every single shallot set has sprouted. Then I'll probably put some snapdragons in the middle, and then my leeks on this side. The comfrey has exploded. So we've got 2 big plants. They're going to start flowering soon, and I'm very excited for that. The dahlia bed is now covered over. I think it's starting to rain. And 3 buckets of marguerite daisies, and I think there were Jerusalem artichokes in here last year, so don't know. I think that's them re-sprouting. The nettles on the other side have gone crazy, and also the nettles here have also gone crazy, so I really need to get these dug out as soon as possible. I'm going to be putting another bed here. Probably the last bed that I'm going to fit on the plot, and my sprouts are going to go here. And I did the same last year. I left making the sprout bed till last, and then my sprouts were like so big and ready to go by the time I got them in the ground. They really suffered, and it seems like I'm doing the same this year, so I still need to build a sprout bed. There's still some wood under here that I need to get rid of, and obviously lots and lots of nettles and some bindweed. But look, my little patch of forget-me-nots. These are absolutely staying. I love forget-me-nots. I might try and dig them out and put them somewhere. I'm not sure. Yeah, lots of work to be done in this patch. Oh, didn't talk about the pond. So the fern has re-sprouted, and I love the way the ferns grow with like little curly fronds, or whatever they're called. Pond is filled up with rain. Nothing in there, don't think. And then we have raspberries. Lots of raspberries popping up, which I thought I'd got rid of them all, but obviously not. And another fern. Oh. Hello, little robin. It's gone so dark and gloomy. I'm going to show you inside the greenhouse. So I've still got my potatoes that need to go in. These are the leftover mystery potatoes. Poor things. Sorry, little guys. Yeah, tools, compost bags that I save. 1 more obelisk, and this is what I wanted to show you. It's just the amount of mare's tail in here that keeps popping out. Ugh, look at it. It's not fun. Not good at all. So this is why I'm still like, oh, even if I fix the greenhouse, am I going to be able to grow in the ground? Actually, this thing, you know what? If I slice that in half that way and then join the two ends somehow, I could just have a trough like the thing here for the tomatoes. I think that'll work. It's actually raining and I don't have a coat. Oh, I'm so stupid. Yeah. Anyway, this is what the plot is looking like as of the 21st, 22nd of April. I think next month's tour is going to be, well, everything will be planted out, hopefully, by the 22nd of May, I mean. So things will probably look very different and hopefully very green, very full, and hopefully that nettle corner up there will be cleared, the wood will be gone, and potentially the greenhouse hopefully will be fixed or replaced, or yeah, don't know, fingers crossed, because that is happening soon. Look at that squirrel. Why must it do that? Oh god. Jeez. Get down. Zoom. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do those YouTube things. I am posting every Friday at 4 PM, so I will see you again next week. Bye guys.